Let's close our eyes and pay attention to the breathing. Breathe in through your nose and breathe out through your mouth. Try paying attention or scanning your body from head to toe as you breathe in and breathe out. If you notice any discomfort in any part of the body, try to squeeze that part of the body and breathe out. If it's not possible to physically, you can visualize squeezing it mentally and exhale. Pay attention to your posture. Breathe in a lot of positivity. And breathe out all the adverse thoughts and beliefs. Breathe in love, faith, and integrity. Breathe out all adverse associations with love, faith, and integrity. Breathe in peace and prosperity. See becoming the channel of peace and prosperity. And breathe out any blocks in being that channel. Breathe in joy and care. Feel the joy in every cell of your body. And release all your fears and sadness. Feel the energy shift in your body and resume normal breathing. Let's invoke our ancestors, healing and loving masters, angels and archangels. Feel their presence in your space and seek their blessings. Invoke your higher consciousness. Align to the higher consciousness. Be present to receive the guidance, to feel the intuition every moment. Invoke radical consciousness and prime resource energy. Express your gratitude to these frequencies. And feel oneness. Feel the vibrations in your body match to these frequencies. Pay attention to the physical surroundings, the touch you have with Mother Earth. Feel the gravity. We are in the real world, the physical plane. And we got to follow the rules of the gravity, of the physicality. So being aligned with our higher consciousness and radical frequencies, let's ground ourselves. To see what is in store for us today. Thank you. The reading for today is Front Solar Chakra, MCF8. It's a reminder to align with the hierarchy and flow. Some of the keywords here are fear, anxiety, insecurity, uncertainty, worry, tension, stress, hierarchy, compliance with controlling authority, being controlled, rebel, passive, aggressive behavior. It could be quite easy for you to feel controlled by various aspects of your life. The commonest way of coping up is by being in control in order to avoid being controlled. The control game could become quite intimidating for all game players and worsens the situation. There are three ways of handling others' control over you. One, by rebelling and reacting to the authoritarian or controlling factors. Second is through passive aggressive behavior, which is a no-win situation for everyone. Third, by fearfully complying or escaping the authority or controlling factors in your life. None of these could be eventually helpful. When you remain in charge of all that belongs to you, you can effectively address the external controlling factors. So the guidance for us is to constructively comply with authority and align, reorient, reposition ourselves in the hierarchy. Having done that, flow with the flow of life. So we need to constructively comply with authority and align, reorient, and reposition ourselves. And when we do this, we can easily flow in life. So let's see what some of the statements may come up. There are many aspects here. So IR5 might need to become passive aggressive.
R5 might need to
be passive aggressive.
To be passive aggressive.
IR5 might need to be passive aggressive.
R5 might need to be passive aggressive.
IR5 might need to be passive aggressive. IR5 might need to control the situation.
R5 might need to be passive aggressive to control the situation. R5 might need to be passive aggressive to control the situation. I R5 my need to be passive aggressive to control the situation. I R5 my need to be passive aggressive to control the situation. I R5 my need to be passive aggressive to control the situation. I R5 my need to be passive aggressive to control the situation.
I R5 my frustrations.
I R5 my frustration. I R5 my frustrations. I R5 my frustration. I R5 my frustrations. I R5 my frustrations. I R5 my frustration. I R5 my frustration. I
I
R5
R5 my frustration for my inability to control the situation.
I R5 my frustration to my
For my
for
inability
to control the situation. I R5 my frustration for my inability to control the situation. I R5 my frustration for my inability to control the situation. Or R5 my frustration for my inability to control the situation.
I R5 my inability to manage the situation.
I R5 my inability to manage the situation. I R5 my inability to manage the situation. I R5 my inability to manage the situation. I R5 my inability to manage the situation. I R5 my inability to manage the situation.
I admit my inability to manage the situation under the loving care of radical consciousness.
I R5 my inability to manage the situation under the loving care of radical consciousness.
I
admit my inability to
manage the situation.
condition under the loving care of radical consciousness. I R5 my inability. I admit my inability to manage the situation under the loving care of radical consciousness. I R5 my inability to manage the situation under the loving care of radical consciousness. I R5 my inability to manage the situation under the loving care of radical consciousness. I R5 my inability to manage the situation under the loving care of radical consciousness.
I R5 my fear associated with managing the situation.
I R5 my fear
associated with managing the situation.
I R5 my fear associated with managing the situation. I R5 my fear associated with managing the situation. I R5 my fears associated with managing the situation. I R5 my fear associated with managing the situation. I
R5 the fear of rejection associated with managing the situation.
I R5
my fear of rejection.
My fear of rejection
associated with managing the situation.
Associated with managing the situation. I R5 my fear
of rejection.
I R5 my rejection.
I R5 my fear of rejection.
I R5 my fear of rejection associated with managing the situation. Or R5 my
fear of rejection.
Fear of rejection associated with manage the situation. Or R5 my
fear of rejection.
Fear of rejection associated with managing the situation. I R5 my
fear of rejection.
Fear of rejection
associated with managing the situation. I R5 my need to please everyone.
I R5 my need to please everyone. I R5 my need to please everyone. I R5 my need to please everyone. I R5 my need to please everyone. R5 my need to please everyone. I R5 my need to please everyone. I R5 my need to please everyone. I R5 my need to please everyone.
I R5 my need for love and acceptance.
I R5 my need for love and acceptance. I R5 my need for love and acceptance. I R5 my need for love and acceptance. I R5 my need for love and acceptance.
I R5 my need to unconditionally accept myself.
I R5 my need for unconditionally accept myself. I R5 my need for unconditionally accept myself. I R5 my need for unconditionally accept myself. I R5 my need for unconditionally accept myself. I R5 my need for unconditionally accept myself. I R5 my need for unconditionally accept myself. I R5, my need for unconditionally accept myself. I R5, my need for unconditionally accept myself.
Unconditional acceptance is my soul's love.
Unconditional acceptance is my soul's love. Unconditional acceptance is my soul's love. Unconditional acceptance is my soul's love. Unconditional acceptance is my soul's love. Unconditional acceptance is my soul's love.
I R5 my association of accepting myself with arrogance.
I R5
my association of accepting myself with arrogance.
I R5 my association of accepting myself with
arrogance.
Arrogance. Yeah, what means?
With arrogance. And
Arrogance.
When I say this is how I am, I like myself.
Okay.
I'm fine with what I'm doing. When I say this, people may call me arrogant. You know, people may not accept it, and I'm afraid of that. I'm afraid of people calling me arrogant.
Okay.
So I pretend to do what they like, to put myself down, to ignore myself or my feelings and ideas. And because of that suppression, I'm angry inside, I'm not happy inside, I resent, and I start showing my passive aggressive behavior, which was one of the ways listed to retaliate, being controlled, or my perception of being controlled. Right, so when I say I R5 my association of accepting myself with arrogance, I'm trying to recognize that association, and then I'm trying to reassociate with something else. Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. I R5, yeah.
Ma'am, when we do not do what we want to do, in which way we are, and we think that if I come out in this way, people will not like me.
Mm-hmm.
They if we come in our reality, in our in our original way, we think people will not like it.
Correct,
Okay.
because we are not confident of our own self. We have not accepted our own self. That's why there is a doubt.
Okay.
Right? There are many things we do. For example, if you are a vegetarian, and if someone gives you a piece of chicken, you'll say, no, I'm not going to eat it, because you're very confident about that.
Okay.
But somewhere it'll say, you know, you don't have this knowledge, or you don't understand how to handle money, or you don't understand what is this job about. Then we have a doubt in that area ourselves. We think we don't have enough knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
So we start accepting what others are saying, but we will not say, okay, fine, I will gain that knowledge. I will not do that.
Okay.
So we need to gather that courage.
Okay.
It could be that gaining that knowledge is extra work and we don't want to do it.
Okay.
There could be association of extra work with burden. That's why subconsciously we will not gain that knowledge and forever remain, oh, they are better than me, they look better than me, they are wiser than me, and we suppress ourselves. And the suppression is like that energy block. So there is no flow of energy in the body.
Mm-hmm.
And every blocked energy comes out as fear, frustration, anger, irritation, sadness, whatever.
Okay.
So,
ma'am,
yeah.
When we see in our life experience that others are more knowledgeable than us, or they have more intelligent than us, then what to do? When we think,
there's always somebody who's better than you, there's always somebody worse than you.
Okay.
See, not one single person can have knowledge of every possible area in life unless you attain that enlightenment, Buddha state.
Okay.
And our approach is to get there.
Okay.
Right. So definitely you gain knowledge in dancing, there'll be somebody better than you in singing or music knowledge. So you go get that music knowledge, somebody will be good in science and somebody will be good in math. And so it goes on and on and on.
Okay.
So you are also good in something. That is what you need to recognize and accept.
Okay.
And you are definitely good in something than others. And maybe in the same area, somebody is much better. You may be a good, you may do good tailoring, but then there may be designer tailors who are better than you. So when we get into this competition, we always suffer.
Okay.
So accepting myself unconditionally, the way I am.
Okay.
We will definitely try to get better in the areas that are useful to me in my circumstance.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we'll put effort definitely, but we will not compete, we'll not compare.
Okay.
We will do it because we enjoy doing it, because we want to become a little better at it.
Okay.
That's all.
Okay. Okay.
So I affirm I need to unconditionally accept myself.
I R5 my need to unconditionally accept myself. I R5 my need to unconditionally accept myself. I R5 my need to unconditionally accept myself. I R5 my need to unconditionally accept myself. I
R5 my need to unconditionally love myself.
R5 my need to unconditionally love myself. I 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 R5 my need to unconditionally love myself.
I R5 I need to have faith in myself.
I R5 my need to have faith in myself. I R5 my need to have faith in myself. I R5 my need to have faith in myself.
I R5 I need to live with integrity.
I R5 my need to live with integrity. I R5 my need to live with integrity. I R5 my need to live with integrity. I R5 my need to live with integrity. I R5 my need to live with integrity.
I R5 I need to live in peace.
I R5 my need to be.
I R5 I need to live in peace.
I R5 my need to be live in peace. I R5 my need to be live in peace. I R5 my need to be live in peace. I R5 my need to be live in peace. I R5 my need to be live in peace.
I R5 I need to be prosperous.
I R5 my need to be prosperous. I R5 my need to be prosperous. I R5 my need to be prosperous.
I R5 I need to be joyful.
I R5 my need to be joyful. I R5 my need to be joyful. I R5 my need to be joyful. I R5 my need to be joyful.
I R5 I need to care for myself and others.
I R5 my need to be care for myself and others. I R5 my need to be care for myself and others. I R5 my need to be care for myself and others. I R5 my need to be care for myself and others. I R5 my need to be care for myself and others. I R5 my need to be care for myself and others.
Yeah, so every time anything happens, the integrity is that, whatever I say, I do that. I don't say don't eat pizza and I eat pizza myself. Then I'm a hypocrite. So I affirm I need to be in integrity. So if I want somebody to love me, I should also be loving not just that other person, but everyone around me. So when I'm giving love to everybody, then if I accept love from everybody, that is being in integrity. So when I care for myself, it sounds selfish. So I care definitely for myself and everyone and everything in my space. So you got to be aware most of the time. It's difficult because we do get into our daily something and we get out of this session, we go see that the milk has spilled and the gas is burning and we are furious. So being aware every moment that everything is happening for a reason. I just love and accept myself the way I am. With that awareness, I do not react. I say, okay, the milk has spilled, the vessel is burning, fine, I'm going to turn it off and I'm going to clean it up, no matter who has done it. Very difficult, but got to do, because I want to grow with peace. Any thoughts, feelings?
No, ma'am, I am my soul's love. My soul's love is me. Is it correct?
Yeah.
Then what today affirmation?
I love and accept myself.
Okay, ma'am. I love and accept myself as I am. 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 I love and accept myself as I am.
Does that sound right?
Yes, ma'am. I love and accept myself as I am. I approve of myself. I love and accept myself and I approve of myself. I love and accept myself and I approve of myself. I love and accept myself and I love and approve of myself. I am my soul's love. My soul's love is me and I am my soul's love. My soul's love is me and I am my soul's love. My soul's love is me and I am my soul's love. My soul's love is me and I am my soul's love.
Yeah. You got to align so you feel the flow. We have to come to that neutral state. Yeah, till then, I think these adverse associations, fear, sadness is going to sabotage us. Okay, so if you want to simplify, you could further simplify. You can just begin with, I love myself. Choose minimum words and pay attention to every word and feel it in your body. When you say, I love myself, you can say, I love my hair, I love my color, I love my weight, I love my looks, I love my body, I love my thoughts, I love my cooking. Because when we put it in umbrella, there are a lot of these small branches that are left loose. They will come back. A subconsciousness is very smart. It will come back and say, oh, really? You like your weight? You put on so much weight. You don't exercise. Then there is a question again, how do I love myself? I'm not perfect. So I discount myself. Then I feel, okay, then I have to listen to what others say because I'm not good enough to trust myself. So I better go with someone else around me, whoever is that authority figure in my life. At work, it may be my boss. At home, it may be the spouse or mother-in-law or somebody like that. And outside, it could be another smarter friend. We give in. So take the simplest affirmation and apply it to all aspects of life and become very comfortable with it. The way you may feel the comfort is when there is no disturbance in the body. You feel really good. You don't want to move from the posture. you want to just remain in that situation and keep reciting. That is when you have one of the indications that I know where you feel neutral. And in that state of neutrality, there are no pulls. And we feel that happiness. So we could take I love myself and elaborate that to whatever else you think, and we come back to it as many times possible as during the day.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Lakshmi, how are you feeling?
Ma'am, lot of release from my calf muscles and toes. And in thought also, I'm feeling a lot of energy. Like, yeah, something is releasing, it's still going on. From calf, it's done. But from throat, it's still like something is stuck.
Yeah, yeah. Just pay attention to that part of the body, squeeze it, and breathe it out. And say, I love that part of the body. I love my calf muscles. I love my knees. I love my back. And release it. Yeah, thank you very much.